Hey guys, what's going on? James here, and in this video today, we're going to be talking about the possibility of both Sean Murphy-Bunting and Scotty Miller being able to play in the Buccaneers Monday night matchup versus the New York Giants. If you guys are new here, go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button if you do enjoy these types of videos, and leave your thoughts about Sean Murphy-Bunting and Scotty Miller, both potentially returning, down in the comment section below. I sound congested and I look disheveled because I am sick these past couple of days, so forgive me for that. But let's go ahead and get back to the topic at hand. Sean Murphy-Bunting and Scotty Miller both potentially returning here to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I want to start off here with a quote from Bruce Arians per pewterreport.com. They're making really good progress, Arians said. Sean especially. We still got to activate them. We got to cut people. So we'll wait and see who all is available for the roster, who we're bringing up from the practice squad, and who we're not. Bruce Arians also went on to say regarding Sean Murphy-Bunting, saying, I saw him in press coverage get his hands on people this week. He's made a couple of interceptions. He's using both arms. So yeah, I've seen good progress from Sean. And I will talk about this in my preview video for the Giants, but both Sean Murphy-Bunting and Scotty Miller returning from their injuries could not be needed more, right? Like, Richard Sherman was just placed on the injured reserve. Rashard Robinson was placed on the injured reserve a little bit before that. In regards to the Buccaneers wide receiver room, Antonio Brown's been dealing with some injuries. Chris Godwin's been dealing with some injuries. Tyler Johnson hasn't necessarily stepped up in a big way yet. So the depth is certainly being tested both with the wide receivers and the cornerbacks, which makes the potential return of Sean Murphy-Bunting and Scotty Miller that much more necessary. And, you know, I really do see, first in the case of Sean Murphy-Bunting, heck, he might be the cornerback one when he comes back. Because right now, as it stands, the Buccaneers have Jamel Dean, Pierre Desir, Ross Cockrell, and I believe D. Delaney, but he's also dealing with injuries. So ultimately, it's basically the guys who are fully healthy, ready to go. Jamel Dean, Pierre Desir, Ross Cockrell. That's it. And I like all three of those guys, but getting Sean Murphy-Bunting back, I think he'd be your number one cornerback right away. They also have Blitty Ray Wilson on the practice squad. I imagine he'll get elevated for the Buccaneers Monday night game. So yeah, SMB coming back would be huge. As I've said in multiple videos already, he did sustain a dislocated elbow injury all the way back in week number 1 versus the Dallas Cowboys, and he'd be great. His versatility would really be able to open up things that the Buccaneers can do with some of their other members that they have in their secondary, and it'll just provide the much needed necessary depth at their disposal. Then in the case of Scotty Miller, honestly, I'm going to say that Scotty Miller would probably be the third wide receiver with Antonio Brown being out once Scotty Miller is activated. Because you look at the situation right now, Tyler Johnson, a lot of people wanted him to step up in the absence of Antonio Brown. And while he did in some certain situations, I don't think it was enough. And Bruce Arians also even came out and said after the Washington football team game that the number 3 wide receiver needs to step up, whoever that may be. I don't think that he was specifically targeting Tyler Johnson, but he's been that number 3 wide receiver in recent games. So it was kind of a pointed comment to him to say, hey, Tyler Johnson, you've got to step up. And with Scotty Miller coming back as well, I could see Miller getting thrown into that third wide receiver role for this Buccaneers offense if Tyler Johnson continues to struggle to separate, to get open, all these other different types of things. The Buccaneers are also going to have guys like Cyril Grayson, Jalen Darden is still there, among some of the other guys that they have on their practice squad, jaydon, mickens, and other guys that are on that roster now as well. So again, this is going to be some very welcomed additions, both to the offense and the defensive sides of the football, because the Buccaneers have been dealing with so many stinking injuries this year. It has been insane. So getting anybody back healthy is a W right now at this point, right? But getting back to what I would feel crucial starting / role players for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense and defense, I think is just going to add even more importance to them and what their roles will be in the Buccaneers Monday night matchup if they do come back. If I had to go ahead and give a guess, I'm going to say that both these guys are going to get activated. And, you know, we'll see what moves the Buccaneers make once those two players are activated. I feel like they do have 2 roster spots open, though. I could be wrong about that. but with Richard Sherman being placed on the injured reserve and Rashard Robinson being placed on the injured reserve as well, I thought the Buccaneers did have 2 open roster spots, but it seems like, according to Bruce Arians at least, they will have to make some roster moves. So if that does happen, I'll be making a video talking about that when it does happen. But what do you guys think? Do you feel that Sean Murphy-Bunting and Scotty Miller will both be able to return for the Buccaneers Monday night matchup versus the New York Giants, or do you think they may have to sit out another week? Give me your thoughts about that. Also, seems like Rob Gronkowski, Antonio Brown, and Carlton Davis are all getting closer to returning as well. Both Antonio Brown and Carlton Davis were running at practice, and I think Gronk might just be pretty much good to go right now. So, again, I'll have updates for that whenever we do get them. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you all enjoyed. Now we'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.